video that I did about the H1 tag, and that's this one right up here. This is an H1. You'll notice I have the letter M up here. We're going to be talking about type sizing real quickly, but this is my H1. Okay, in code it looks like this right here. Okay, starts with an H1 in these brackets, ends with a slash H1, and all the words and letters in between here, they're going to show up at a specific size. And H1 is a heading or header level, and they come in H1 through 6. Okay, so I'm going to show you some different stylings of this element, and we'll talk about what those stylings do. First, I want to talk to you about the letter M. Whenever I size things, I size them to the base font size. So whenever you see I've got a P tag right here, all of these are P tags. They're using the base, the standard text size for all text elements. Headlines are based off of those, and they all work from kind of a proportionate standpoint or proportionate perspective of sizing. So the H1 is going to be a level above the baseline, and as you move from H1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're going to take their measurements usually based off of either this or some standard baseline that your system or your browser has set. So we're going to usually base our sizing of text off of that M size, and that's why I put the letter M right here. Is it's based off of the space of the largest letter in the alphabet, and the letter M most of the time has the largest space. So let's start there and let's start making some changes. All right, so first thing I want to do is I want to create a style block in my H1 element. Okay, in that style block, I'm going to start to add my cascading styling that are often called CSS styles or cascading style sheets. We're not going to worry about the sheets or what that means right now, but we're going to start styling the text within these two parentheses, these two quotes right here. Okay, I'm going to put my first thing is I want to change the font family. And if you'll notice that it is currently a serif face, I'm going to zoom in real quick so I can show you what a serif is. A serif is this little tiny ear that pokes off of the corners of the letter. So right there, you'll see a serif right here. You'll see a serif here at the top of this D. You'll see a serif down here. They look different depending on where they are, and that is called a serif. But I've changed my font to a sans. Sans meaning without, serif meaning that little corner ear thing. And I've done that, and I've saved it, and I'm going to refresh. And notice we got these block letters, okay? So that's our first change. I'm going to zoom back out, and then I'm going to, let's see here, I'm going to do, my next one is my size of the text. Okay, right now I'm going to say I want it to be 2 rem. Again, that's relative, that's what the R stands for, and M is the M size. So it is related to the size of this letter M, or to the size of the baseline letter M. Okay, so for there, I'm going to take on the sizing of the 2 rem of this. Okay, now it's probably not this exact, but let's see what that changes. I'm going to come in and refresh, and let's see if that changed anything. I don't think it changed much. Okay, I think my normal font size, let's take that out real quick. Let's save it, and let's go back and refresh. Now we go back and add that back in, save, refresh. Yep, it's whatever the baseline H1 font size normally is. So if I were to change that to something else, say 3, then it will change the size. So I'm going to just stick with those, and then I'm going to add a line height of 3 rem. I'm going to save that and refresh. And you notice we got a little extra space right here. Okay, that line height tells me the space from the top of one letter to the top of the next letter. That entire line, so it actually goes from the baseline is really where it goes. It goes from the baseline of this text to the baseline of the next text. That's the line height. All right, so the next item I want to change is I want to give it a color. I want to change the color of this font from black to something else. So let's save that and hit refresh. We notice we kind of got a reddish color now, brown, something like that. The next thing I want to change is I want to add a background color. Why would I want to do that? Maybe I want to highlight some text. This shows you that you can do this within styles and create a highlighted area. What if I want this highlighting to have a little more space around it? I can add some padding of 1 rem of space. That actually adds space going down, up, this side and this side of the text. Now you won't notice it over here because this pushes all the way to here. This is what's called a block level element, meaning everything in that H1 goes from edge to edge of the browser. Okay, P tags are also block level. So here I'm going to add 1 rem of space of padding, and if I refresh, you'll notice that, well, that didn't do exactly what I thought it was. It's because I haven't saved it. Hit refresh, and now we've got that space showing up. We've got 1 rem here. We've got 1 additional rem on top of our line height, which adds a lot of padding. Let's see here. What's next? Let's add something ridiculous. And this is the last one I'm going to do. I'm going to add a border at the bottom of this H1. Again, block level type of element. And so my expectation is that I will have a 5-pixel line that is solid and a specific color. Probably, I think this is green. And it'll be all along the very bottom of that yellow box. So let's refresh. Let's first save and then refresh. And there you go. There's my bottom line. So what should you try to do? You should try out different CSS styles to see what you can do with your H1 tag. Try those on various other elements and see what you come up with. All right? So I'll see you on the next video.